Alright, good morning. Here's our septic guru to tell you all about your septic system.
Okay, we've got everything opened up now. So what we're looking at here, we'll start with, this is a septic tank. Everything leads here from the home. This is directly in line off the back door.
Okay, so we're coming from the master bedroom, and the homeowner told us that the transport line from the house is actually underneath this step. Yep. So if you ever end up with any kind of blockage, that's probably what it is, and it would be under that step, which is removable. So tell the kids not to put toys down the system.
Yes, definitely. So it's going to come in here. We're going to have one more lid right underneath the stone here where I'm standing on, the second stone, and that's going to be over the inlet of the tank. This here is one large 1,000-gallon tank with one opening at this end and one opening here at the other end. What we're looking at down here in the second opening is your effluent filter, which needs to be cleaned regularly. Once a year is what we would recommend. It would just be lifted up out of there. It gets hosed off and slid directly back in until it stops, which is all the way down. Any large volume of water running through the system, if the filter is not cleaned, it won't be able to keep up with it, and you'll end up getting possible backups if you're doing a large volume of water and the filter is not kept clean.
So that explains probably why
that would explain when the inspector was running a large volume of water that this filter wasn't able to keep up with it and let the water flow through into the pump tank. So it's actually holding it here in the septic tank until it slowly seeps through.
Got it.
And so what
you're going to clean that filter today, right?
I am going to clean the filter.
Okay.
I'll get it spotless and slid back in. The tanks will be emptied and sprayed down and cleaned. And so what we have here from the system is it exits this tank right in line with this filter. Your line turns 90 degrees and runs over and comes directly into the second tank here. So we're looking down at the inlet to the tank, which is the round 4-inch pipe sticking up. That's the inlet baffle. And so the fluid, which is the liquid, is going to come into the tank, enter into the tank, and it's going to settle out in this compartment, just giving one more chance for the solids to settle. And then it's going to overflow into the pump chamber, which is actually the same tank here. There's a divider wall in the middle, but it is the same tank. It's a 1,000-gallon 2-compartment tank.
So to give you reference where this is again, here's the master bedroom doors, and you can kind of count the number of tiles. 1, 2, third tile over. This is where the pump tank is. So if there's any components that are ever going to fail, right,
yes,
or be a problem, it would be in this pump tank.
In this pump tank here, because this is where you have all your moving mechanical parts. You have your mechanical floats that activate the pump. We have the pump switches, the alarm switch, and the actual pump located down in this compartment. So any electrical issue or any reason for the fluid not being pumped out would be accessed through this compartment here. There is a filter in line here that's for the pump chamber, which I will clean.
And that alarm that you just set off, why did that happen?
That happened because that's a low-level alarm.
Okay.
There's the way the floats are set up, there's an alarm that would sound if there's a low level in the tank, which would mean there's not enough liquid and the pump could be running dry.
Okay.
And so there's alarm.
So not enough liquid, so there has to be a certain amount of liquid.
And then there's a secondary alarm, which I should be able to sound right now. And that's going to be the high-level alarm. That's the main alarm that you'd ever hear. And that would be saying there's too much liquid in here and it's going to start backing up somewhere. And so this would be the main alarm. And it's sounding and it's functioning good.
Okay, so if too much water ends up in this tank, that alarm will sound.
That alarm will sound. And
that button is over on the side of the house.
Yes, it is.
Over on the corner.
It is a button that you just, there's a flashing light. That is the button.
Mm-hmm.
And if you press the light, it silences the alarm. It does not shut off the alarm or shut off the light. It just silences the sound. And it pushes like so.
Right. So if you ever have a tank alarm, you can go ahead and shut it off, but then you need to call and have somebody come out and see what's going on with your tank. Okay.
So right now at the moment, I am going to do a drawdown on the tank, which is I'll take a measurement of the liquid level in the tank, and I'll run the pump for 1 minute, and we'll take a second measurement, and that'll tell us how many gallons we pumped out in a 1 minute time frame. And then we adjust the pump accordingly. There's a timer in the panel, and that timer is set for however many bedrooms the home is for so many gallons a day. And so we will take the amount of bedrooms and calculate that into a gallons a day and adjust the timer on the pump accordingly.
Okay.
I think that's
about it. So then you're going to pump out the main tank.
All the tanks.
All 3 tanks.
For a home sale in Pierce County, we have to empty all the tanks, which is just 2 tanks, but there's 3 lids.
3 lids, right? Oh, because you're saying this is all one tank. Oh, I see, with 2 lids.
It just has a wall in the center of it.
Got it. And this is all one tank.
Open tank.
One large open tank. So it's really, the tank is encompassing like this whole entire area.
Yes, it runs right about here. It comes over, so it's just about 9 stones.
Okay.
It would cover.
And it's over 1,000 gallons.
Yes.
Okay. But your main pump out is here.
This is where they need to access for any scheduled pumping when they come out and they pump your septic system. That would all be done through this hole.
So for a family of 4 with this system, what do you recommend? How often should they look at it? Well, at least once a year they should look at the filter, right?
Yes, once a year would be to check the filter, and then 3 to 5 years to have the system checked.
Okay.
With this setup, they could probably go 5 to 7 years, but to start off with, if you do the 3 to 5, and then we can come out and we can stick the tank and check it and see what the levels are and let you know from there how you're doing on a time schedule.
Okay. Is there a reason if you come out, let's say in 3 years and everything is looking good here, that you would go ahead and open that up again and check it, or probably not?
No. Normally the way that works is with the pump, all the solids are supposed to be trapped in the septic holding tank, and no solids should make it into the pump. So under normal use, every 3rd time that the septic tank is pumped, would the pump tank need to be empty.
So every 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years.
Okay. Okay.
And that's right about the
time of what we're doing now. It's about 10 years. Okay.
So we're right on schedule for everything. And it looks as though this one does need to be emptied anyways.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't for a home sale, it's got a little bit of solid accumulation in it. And that's
you'd
just from time.
expect that.
Yes. It just happens over time.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Anything else you want to add while we're got you on camera and it's your shining moment?
I can't think of anything else that's essential yet.
Okay. Everything just from first observation look
Everything
fairly
here,
normal?
First observation looks good. The pump tank has a normal liquid level in it, which means the pump has been keeping up and it's been activating on and off when it should.
Okay.
So it's right sitting just about ready to come on if any more liquid went in there.
Okay.
So that's correct. The septic tank has a normal liquid level.
Good.
You can tell from there's a little bit of staining on the walls that it has had a little bit of a higher level. You can see the lines beside the, it might be kind of hard to see with that.
Uh-huh.
Or you can see it's been coming up.
Yeah.
You can see the gel on the wall.
Uh-huh.
And that's from getting a little bit of a high level, which is caused by the filter not being cleaned regularly.
Okay. Like, so for example, when we ran
Yes,
water
exactly.
for an hour, it may have gotten up there?
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
there's even been water up here. You can tell it's
Okay.
basically backed all the way up before.
Okay.
But that's just, all this boils down to is the filter being cleaned.
Okay. Perfect. Great. All right. We'll let you get to work.
All right.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.